You want to start or manage a poultry farm, but you're not on the ground. Maybe you're in the US, in the UK, or in Australia like I was, and are wondering, how do I track my farm? How do I track what's happening there daily? How do I stop myself from getting cheated? In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how we do it at Pantten Farm and how you can do it to succeed as well. Stay tuned. The biggest mistake diaspora investors make in starting a poultry farm or starting any farming business, it's starting without a system. And this we are guilty of as well. So stay tuned and I will show you exactly how not to get cheated again. If you can't be present, your systems must be stronger than your staff. And these are the systems that I would highly recommend you put in place when you start your poultry farm. Number one is your daily reporting system. So in this system, your staff report the daily feed intake, the number of eggs that your chickens have produced, the number of mortalities you've had, and the number of water if you are tracking your water intake as well. So this is just like where your chicken's daily routine is actually recorded. So this is your daily reporting system. Number two is probably your financials. I will highly recommend that you start with a financial reporting system where you're tracking how much you're spending. That is for yourself and for the farm as well. So if you're in the diaspora, you want to make sure that you're tracking how much you're spending on a daily basis. And every time you're sending money, you put it in that system and what that money was sent for. So you've got that system for yourself as what's coming in, and then on the ground, they've also got a system which is also tracking how that money that you're sending is actually being spent. And you've got a record receipt, and make sure that when they're sending you reports of what they've spent on, try to send them to places where they can get receipts, and they take a screenshot of that receipt and send it to you. So you are well aware of how much and where your money is actually going. The third system is an SOP. You want a clear SOP. An SOP is a standard operating procedures. So these are checklists that you have in place for feeding, cleaning, biosecurity, and any other thing that you are tracking on the farm. So it's a document that you put in place that anybody can walk in at any time, take it and be able to follow the routine of that particular procedure that they're doing. So if they're doing brooding, you have a checklist that's got how much temperature is supposed to be in the room, how much bedding they're supposed to put in place. Like everything is just in that SOP, and anybody can walk in, be able to look at that SOP and follow exactly on what to do. So that is a system that you want to have in place. So at Pantten Farm, I have a tracking system which I created. And so in this system, all these things that I've mentioned are basically tracked in that one system. So it's all in one place, and I can easily track everything wherever I am. And the farm just inputs the information and I can see what's happening. Let's now go to the next section. This is hiring people. So your people that are running the farm in itself. This is very, very important. I cannot emphasize how important this is for your business. If you don't hire the right people, it's going to cost you very, very high expenses. It's probably going to cost you more than anything else if you don't hire right. Hiring trustworthy people in Liberia to run your business is a huge challenge. And I'm not even going to downplay that. It's a huge challenge to hire trustworthy people in Liberia that will do the right things in your business. When we started Pantten Farms, we hired in a hurry. We rushed our hiring. We hired somebody that said they had graduated in the poultry sector, but they didn't have practical. So because they didn't have practical, that actually affected us because of the kind of speed that we were on and their knowledge of the farming itself. And then we hired families, we hired friends, and I would highly suggest that if you can avoid it unless you have a very, very trustworthy family and friends that you believe have your best interest at heart. Without that, I would say do not hire family or friends when you're starting out. Here's what I'm doing differently now in terms of people management and the people that we're hiring on the farm. Number one is I'm hiring very, very slowly. Like, I'm not hiring in a rush. Like, even if I do need somebody desperately, I am making sure that you come qualified, you come with the mindset that I want for the farm, and you come with the willingness to work on the farm and be able to do the right things by the farm. One of the number one things that I'm doing now that actually I think is working and has been working for a bit now since I've been in the country is hiring very slowly, taking my time to hire the right people in place. Making sure that you are training your workers upon them starting. So when you've hired the person that you want to hire, that you've decided now is the right fit for the role, you want to train them according to your SOPs, according to your policies on the farm. So you train them and give them the best training that possible for the success of your farm, because you're the one that know exactly what you want on your farm, and you're the one that know exactly how you want things to run. So it's best that you train your staff according to your liking. Remember, you want to grow, so hire people that have willingness to grow with you. Let's now go to the next section of this video, communication. You know, in every relationship or any kind of business, communication is key, and it's very important for poultry farming, especially if you're not based in the country as the owner of the business. So you want to make sure that your communication is very, very clear and it's consistent. My number one tip in this section is to make sure that you have a weekly team meeting schedule on either WhatsApp or Messenger. Just have a group set up for your farm, for your workers on your farm, and everybody is in that group. And on a weekly basis, you get report on exactly what is happening. Now, that just mean just having a meeting with your manager. I mean having a meeting with everybody that works on the farm, because you want to hear everybody's opinion on what is happening, and then you can filter out what is important and what is not important for you. On this group page is where you will also request for your staff or your manager to send you your daily report. So the daily report that you put in place in the system part of this video, you want them to send it to you daily. So they send you the report of the number of chickens that have laid, number of mortalities you've had, and every other information that you want to know from the farm on the day should be sent on this group page, so everybody can see it and can verify that yes, it is actually what is happening. Obviously, you can choose to be private with your manager and just have the daily report be sent to you privately, just through you and your manager. So you can just have a separate page for you and your manager to have that communication. I like to have it in the open, because if someone that is on the farm sees something different that happened, they can obviously point to it and say, oh no, this is incorrect. I think our manager got it wrong. And we're all humans. Everybody gets things wrong sometimes, and it's okay for your workers to have an opinion as well. So when your team sends you a mortality record for the day, I like to ask for photo evidence and just see that the photo is reflecting what is showing. So if somebody sends you a message and say, your manager sends you a message and say, we've had 2 mortalities, you want to see the evidence of that. You also want to see the evidence of your receipt. So in this group, this is where everything goes. So this group is very, very important to have a group page for your farm when you do start. Now, I'm not saying micromanage your farm, nor am I saying micromanage your people, but you must monitor your farm. Remember, people do what you inspect and not what you expect. So when you do start this, communication is your number one point of start. Technology is the way forward, and there's technology everywhere in terms of poultry farming. There's apps that you can download, there's Google Docs that you can use for tracking your poultry farm. I also created one for myself for my farm, which tracks everything that we do here on the farm. So there's systems that you can use to track your farm right on your phone, right in your living room, or anywhere else in the world that you are. Make sure that you embrace technology. That is the way forward. Farming from a distance is absolutely possible, but only if you treat it like a business. Put your systems in place, train your people, and don't wait to be scammed before you start managing right. Subscribe for more videos like this. Share this video with someone that might be interested in starting a poultry farm but is too scared to start. Like the video so YouTube shows it to more people. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you want help, all my details are in the description below. I love you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.